Am I the a-hole for expecting my daughters to share their grandma's inheritance 50-50 regardless of the will? I have two daughters that were my late mother-in-law's only grandchildren, Elise, 22F, and Rhea, 21F. My mother-in-law was an evil, grumpy, saggy old lady. I genuinely hated her. She was so mean to me and my daughter Ray, but always favored Elise and my wife. My wife, her daughter, was an obvious favorite, but Elise made less sense. Elise wanted to become a gardener, and shared many interests that my mother-in-law had. My mother-in-law spent so much more time with Elise, teaching her her profession and using her connections to get her set up in her field. When she went into 24/7 care, my mother-in-law had to disperse her assets to pay for it. She took yet another opportunity to favor Elise by making sure she alone got her gardening tools, and a small amount of land that she used to set up greenhouses. She passed away a little over a year ago, and we got a letter in the mail about a trust that she had set up about a decade ago. There isn't much, about $30,000. The trust states that it's supposed to be shared equally between her grandchildren, and can only be fully dispersed when the youngest is 21. The only two grandchildren are my daughters, Elise and Rhea just turned 21. We asked about it, and got the answer that unfortunately, only Elise is eligible to withdraw any money from this trust. She set up a clause that anyone who had a child before the minimum age to inherit is automatically disqualified. In short, if one of the grandchildren has a baby before age 21, they get $0 and their portion goes to the other heirs. Rhea has a 2-year-old son, and Elise doesn't have kids, so according to the terms, Elise gets 100%. I'm pissed. My wife wants to just let it go and ignore that it ever existed. I don't. My mother-in-law never treated Rhea like a real grandchild. She never spent real time with her or gave her the same opportunities. At the time she set this up, Elise had to undergo a hysterectomy. She set this up so that only Rhea could fail and she'd have an excuse to get a dig in one last time. My mother-in-law knew about Ray's child when drafting her trust. That old beach. I think Elise is obligated to do the right thing and split this with her sister. Elise thinks we shouldn't fight the will, and my wife is trying to stay neutral.